Good morning, everybody. I'm getting ready to lay down the next 2 days in my Hobonichi cousin, and I thought I'll take you along for the ride. I thought that I would plan today around some colors that I want to get into. I want to do this brown and this teal or aquamarine color, turquoise color. I'm not sure which one of these two. They're very close. I might do strictly Tumbos. Those two. And I thought one of these two washes would go well with that. I think I'm leaning more towards this fox one. Even though it's got more of a teal background instead of a turquoise, it does have some turquoise and some brown in the artwork, so I think that would pick up really nicely. Then I've got an assortment of stickers handy that I can lay things down. My daily pages, I do some deco, but mostly it's about getting the boxes squared off so that I have places to write. I like more of an organized layout. I don't just freeform it. I have such respect for people who can do that and have a page look cohesive and neat. And maybe it's because my handwriting looks like a serial killer's. I promise I'm working on that. But for now, to keep things looking a little tidier, I keep things cordoned off into little zones. Also makes my brain work a little better. This is going to look nice. This teal background with this turquoise and the brown Tumbos is going to look very autumnal. So usually what I like to do, you can see on some previous pages, I have a section for a prompt, a section for a work to-do list, a section for a life to-do list, and then I do 3 fun little things every day. Word of the day, fact of the day, slang of the day. I always have the ink for this section be red just so that it stands out, so that no matter what page I'm talking about, it's red. And I like to use a sparkle ink for the keyword in the phrase. I think that just makes it stand out a little bit more. So let's go ahead and start cordoning off these sections. I'm going to do a brown color, which, by the way, this is color 969 from the Tombow Dual Markers. I'm going to do a brown color for the frame, and I'll use the turquoise color for a backwash for the heading. That's not the right term. Backwash. Oh, that's a terrible phrase. The background color for the heading. Get it together, Rob. I've been trying to make those look nice as well, so that the sections look very organized and neat. I'm using the Coffee Monsters Co. Rose Gold Emoti etched ruler. I find it to be perfect for this kind of stuff because it's very sturdy, and sometimes I do want a flexible ruler. Like, for example, on this side of the page, there's a bit of a hump because of all the deco that I've got going on in my journal. So when I'm working on the interior side of that page, sometimes it's nice to have a flexible ruler that can bend with that hump. But in this case, I wanted nice, firm, straight lines. I've been doing a fun new thing up in this top box that had been going to waste recently. I've been sectioning that off, and I've been throwing the ink of the day up there. So I've been using a different fountain pen every day and talking about what ink and pen I've been using every day, so that when I go through these at a later date, I know what I've been using on every page. So in previous pages, I've cordoned off using washi tape, but on this page, I'm putting the washi tape at the bottom. I try to change that up so that I don't have washi build up in one area over another. But that means that I've got, you can sort of see through this page where this washi tape was on the previous page. I've got to account for that in this new layout. I think I'm just going to eat it up into this prompt section and have a rather large prompt area. felt lately like I've been running out of space when doing my daily journal entries, so having a little extra space might be nice. This is where having a flexible ruler would come in handy, getting that last little bit of the edge straightened, but whatever. And then this bottom section, here I'll show you what I mean. If you turn your page this way, if you line up and you have a flexible ruler, you can bend that down. A nice straight line. All right, and then this center section gets split into two. There's an odd number of squares, so I always have the larger side be on the work because I tend to have more stuff to do on the work front. Trying to think, how do I want to do this? I'm probably just going to do a color wash. Do a nice swoopy swirl for each one of these, and then I'll let this dry. Can't really do much of a swoopy swirl in this one. I'm going to let those dry before I try to mark it up. I will use a Fudenoski hard-tipped brush pen to write those headers in there. I just want them to be simple and plain and black. I'll go ahead and do this other page, and then I'll throw a picture on at the very end so that you guys can see what we're working with. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.